Okay, now this is what I'm talking about.
My new weighted blanket came in today, and it has everything that the one I returned didn't. It's the right shape, size, color. It fits my bed perfectly. It's just perfect.
Oh, and it's so comfy. Oh, this might have been a mistake. I mean, I can get out from under this thing. I just don't want to. So today I'm out running a few errands, nothing really important, but I just had to get out of the house for a little bit. I'm sure you know what that's like. So I just stopped by Kohl's really quickly to drop off a return for Amazon, and now I'm heading to Canal City. I'm going to go to the Spirit Superstore. I doubt they have an awful lot of stuff there left, but I do have a coupon and thought I'd just take a quick walk through and see if there's anything that I can't live without, and if there is, I'll go pick it up. Well, picked clean, pretty much as I expected. So my plan today had been to record an episode of the Geek Watch podcast, a podcast that I do with my friend Mandy Petrie. And we would normally get together once a week to record, and then I'd edit the podcast and put it up. But of course, with coronavirus and social distancing, we couldn't do that anymore. And so to get around that, what we started doing is Mandy would call in and I would record her over the phone and we'd do the podcast that way. But where Mandy lives, she doesn't have reliable internet or phone, and so what she's had to do is there's a parking lot near where she lives where she has to basically drive over and sit in her car and call me from there so that her phone doesn't cut out. But if the weather is bad like it is today, of course I don't ask her to sit out in the parking lot and record the podcast with me. And so that's why we didn't record today. But the weather's starting to turn colder, and obviously I'm not going to ask Mandy to sit out in the middle of a dark, cold parking lot in the dead of winter to record a podcast. And so there may not be any more opportunities this year to record the podcast. Before coronavirus and the lockdown, podcasting with Mandy was something I had to look forward to every week. I mean, it was something I really enjoyed. And though, of course, we didn't get to see each other face to face when we recorded the podcast over the phone, I mean, I at least got to talk to her. I miss not being able to do the podcast on a regular basis. I miss not getting to talk to Mandy. Basically, I miss my friend. But we're all going through that right now. There's people in our lives that we would give anything for the chance to see and to talk to, but because of what's going on right now, we can't. And I'm sure right now there's somebody you're thinking about that you miss. And maybe it has to do with coronavirus, and maybe it doesn't. But it's just somebody you haven't seen in a long time. Somebody that you would just give anything to be able to see again. There are people in my life that I miss that I hope that after this whole coronavirus thing is over that I'll get a chance to see again. There are other people that I miss that I'm never going to get a chance to see again. But what all of them have in common is when I did have the opportunity to see them and talk to them and hang out and laugh and have a good time and make memories, I pretty much took it for granted. But what I hope is that should the opportunity arise for me to see some people again that I haven't seen in a long time, that I will appreciate it in the moment and not take it for granted. But today, on yet another gloomy, dark, and dismal day, I think I'm going to go home. I'm going to edit this vlog, and then I think I'm going to go to bed early tonight, which I don't think I'm going to mind so much.